Thanks for taking the time to figure that out. That's dope.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, cool. All right, so look, the thing with the Attack on Titan shit for me is like it. There's these bits, and please don't gaslight me on this. There are moments where they stop animating and they just freeze frame on a single frame and explain the thoughts of the characters for a solid like 5 to 10 minutes while nothing is happening on the screen. That's a fucking comic book. I mean, that's basically like a book. That's not even. That's like not a show.
That's extreme. That's extremely rare in Attack on Titan, though.
Yeah,
that's not something that happens even 10% of the time. But we've talked about this before, and I do think they cheat on the animation a lot. It does not happen. It's happening 10 times. It does not happen per season 10 times when you have like these are real seasons. Ththese are real seasons.
That's too much.
This isn't like this isn't like a 5-episode season.
Yeah.
Any show. Look,
there are seasons with multiple parts in Attack on Titan. For anybody,
you're talking about
there are multiple part seasons.
Yeah, but you're talking about 10%. Like screen time matters. If you had to watch a movie where within it had whole sections of just black screen for 2.5 minutes, 4 times in the movie, you would turn the fucking movie off. That's what this show has.
That's okay.
That's an exaggeration.
You're exaggerating.
30 seconds. If there was 30-second black screens in Tenet, I wouldn't watch it.
Also, it's not black screen. Like, it's exposition. So like a lot of shows. Worse. No, it's not. A lot of shows and movies have means.
That's subjective. It's worse.
So I'm thinking of like when the moment that I remember that they did it in the first season, off the top of my head, where it was actually fairly lengthy, was after they sent the people on the reclamation mission, which was basically just like population control. They explained that via pictures, and it was like stills where like they had like Armin hugging his granddad, like that kind of shit. Like, so
look, it can work,
and that took like 2 seconds, and that was 2 minutes, and that was extremely effective. So like it wasn't like black screen.
But it can work. But there's often times where it's like, no, this you're explaining in between moments that should be animated. Like you're running between 2 places. We should see you running. You can do this better. I don't mind like a flashback, cards of images about here's the history of some shit every so often.
But see, the thing is, you're missing the context, or you're not. Maybe you just weren't pulled into the emotion of what was going on in the scene, because it was to show the characters like distraught, and it's like
because it was bad.
The fear that they
It was like you're on your own with thinking Attack on Titan is bad, because it's not.
Oh no, I agree that y'all are mistaken collectively.
It's objectively better than like things that you like. it's objectively.
Give me an example of a thing that I like.
X-Men 96. I mean 97. It's better than X-Men 97. It's better than X-Men 97. And you like X-Men 97.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that I love X-Men 97. I wouldn't put those up against one another.
But you like it. And you don't like Attack on Titan. So like I said, it's better than things that you like.
Before we went like Thinkpiece, tell them.
No. Look, I'm not saying it's
better
not
than things that you like.
It's good.
It is
okay. No, you know what? Fair enough. I give you that. But is it better? I don't know if I'd even say
it
that.
Is.
Like I don't. Yeah, I've watched 2 episodes of X-Men 97, and it's way more interesting than like 15 straight episodes of Attack on Titan. Nothing happened. It's a bunch of big fucking.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of big doll-faced monsters eating people. I don't care.
Doesn't make sense. Everything you're saying doesn't make sense. Like nothing happened.
Tell me.
There's a massacre in the first 10 minutes of the show.
That's not anything happening. I don't know these people. I don't know them people. I don't care.
And you know fucking Cyclops? Like goddamn.
Yes.
Like you're just like saying shit.
Literally, yes.
Literally, you know him. You got that nigga. Yes. You got that nigga's digits in your phone.
Correct.
You know his backstory and shit.
Correct.
1,000%.
Yeah. I know. I am connected to that character. That was a bad point. Yes, I know Cyclops, so I care.
When Cyclops lost this bitch to fucking Wolverine, Eddie wept.
Has he ever? Has Wolverine ever bagged Jean Grey?
No.
That's crazy. That's the craziest cucking situation I've ever seen in my life.
Not Earth 616. He that has never happened. Earth 616.
We're going dimensional with it.
Yeah,
like our primary like X-Men.
That's the main comic book one.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Everything that you can think of has happened in the comic books in some reality. Literally everything that you can think of. These characters have existed for decades.
Yeah.
They've
all been girls and boys. It's Wolverine with titties somewhere. Like
they've all been evil.
It's a black
they've
Wolverine.
All been good. They've all been gods. They've all been
He's
mega
Jamaican
geniuses.
from
They've
Toronto.
all been fucking millionaires. They've all been billionaires. Like they've been throwing darts at the wall for decades on these characters to see what sticks. So yes, like that shit like has happened, in some reality, but just not the main one. Not the one that
gotta
counts.
say, I got. No, I'm sorry. Well, Eddie, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, nothing interesting. Go.
Nah, man, because so Uncle True was 45 as a comment. The fact that LT was written in such a way that genocide could be justified is problematic as fuck. Like, it's taking me back to like when I was punching the screen when I was like watching the FDs like takes on Attack on Titan. Bro, Did
he say it was bad too?
Man, like FD likes the show, but he has such a problem with, I guess, like some of the themes that I think
like politics wise.
Yeah, and it's
I do too in the fourth season, so it kind of gets weird, and you see like when you see it's like very hard to unsee it. It's weird. Yeah. It's like a lot of weird shit in there.
But see,
I guess I'll never know.
But see, that's the thing. You should know. Like one day when like the Earth just collapses,
and,
like all internet, and the only thing that's on TV,
it's Attack on Titan.
It's Attack on Titan. You gonna sit
it's on a rusty USB that I'm like plugged into a fucking bunker computer.
Like, oh my god, I've been missing this whole time. But no, like
I'm watching it in Windows 98. Yeah.
The thing with like the themes of Attack on Titan, especially with like genocide, is like the characters that were on the right never condoned the action of genocide. It was to show that no, this thing is wrong, and then on top of that, it was just showing human nature like at its worst, and then also at times at its best. But like nothing in that show was like not out of context or not realistic in terms of how human beings would react. Like that's
and also it went out of its way for the characters that not even necessarily the individual characters, but in some cases individual societies that committed genocide. It went out of its way to say that was wrong. Like we're not in spoiler territory here because this like took forever, but like even the stuff with like the rumbling, that is why the show ended the way it did, because everybody acknowledged that was wrong. Like that led to the ultimate ending of the show. So like I don't see a justification of genocide. I see people committing genocide, the characters, to Josh's point, that ended up ultimately kind of quote unquote saving the day. I don't really think anybody saved much in the show, but the characters that ultimately ended up saving the day, rallying against all of those actions on every single side of it. So just because it was shown, I don't think that's a justification.
Yeah. And also, and I mean, hey, we got
unbelievable
kill or be killed to an insane point. Serious diplomacy was never an option, which is wild. I mean, for as good as that, I don't know. I think the writing was perfect for me personally, because again, when people get into like mass groupthink, all rationale just leaves the fucking room, and like there is no room for talking in a lot of these like just when it comes to like groupthink, fear, and how human beings are. Again, I think it's just like a depiction of the worst kind of human behavior, and that's it. But I mean, hey, it's open for criticism.
And also, like one thing that I point out all the time, like we've gotten into this at length on this podcast before, is that I don't think a lot of people understand how much of our current diplomacy is just the fact that 3 countries could destroy the world if they felt like it.
Right.
Like the only thing that keeps us in check is kill or be killed. Like the whole concept of MAD, mutually assured destruction, is what keeps full scale war from happening. Because if the Russians and us and like the Chinese like take the fucking cork out of the bottle, then fucking things happen. So like diplomacy, I think is a relative term, because you're not the world,
speak softly, big stick, like
that's what it is. The permanent members of the UN Security Council keep the world in check because we're stronger than everybody. So like diplomacy is kind of a joke.
Yeah,
in that sense.
That's some wild shit from the episode that y'all did with the boss. That was some shit that I never thought about with like guns and shit, because he was like, and I've heard somebody say this kind of before, but you kind of put it in a new perspective for me, Alvin, of like, if everybody has guns, you're a lot less likely to swing in a situation.
Guns can escalate shit. Yeah, it's like It's like, who's gonna pull first? I need to be the one to pull first.
Now, does that make stuff worse? Because I'm like, if I have a gun,
I think so,
and you don't, have a gun, I'm in a situation where I'm like, both of us know that I will win this interaction. So I can just end it and be like, cool, I'm walking away. You walk away too. And you're like, cool, I'm good with that because I know you would. But if both of y'all have a gun, you're like, I have to kill him because I don't know what he's thinking. Because either of us could win this based on who pulls first. And then a fist fight is kind of the same thing. So with a gun can definitely escalate if you both have it. If one of you only has it, then I don't know.
I think that's still kind of like stupid, like because in terms of like if everybody has guns, we can just.
I'm not saying that's good. I think nobody should.
I think it's bad, and I'm saying that as a responsible gun owner, that I think that's so like living here, where it's like legitimately, like I just assume everybody fucking has a gun. It's so easy to get. It's so easy to carry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I'm like everybody fucking has a gun. And sometimes in my mind, like I'm always worried about if that's going to escalate the situation. So if that's the state I'm in, like I'm often like nobody should have this because we're all thinking the same. It's like the fact that we both have them can automatically escalate this to us going to what should be the last resort option. First.
Yeah.
So
why doesn't that happen with like nuclear bombs and shit?
Because you can it's because of MAD. It's because there's no situation amongst the superpowers, right? So like one very few countries actually have nuclear weapons. It's depending on who you believe, it's like 12 countries with the largest nuclear arsenal
ones in there.
It's some ones that like we know that people assume have them, but they don't necessarily broadcast it. Like Israel is a good example.
Israel has like three, I think.
3 bombs.
I think that's 3 or 4. I know it's under 10 for sure.
But then you look at like the United States and Russia that have thousands still in commission. But crazy. What happens with MAD, and it has successfully prevented the proliferation past like a certain point. So I think the last country to get nuclear capabilities was Pakistan.
It
was actually India. So it's prevented that from proliferating. But also what happens amongst the true superpowers is that there's no way where you can completely destroy their nuclear capability, right? So the United States and Russia,
right? You can't kill them essentially.
Yeah, it's like we.
So even if you shoot them, they're still going to shoot you.
Let's say you bomb Washington D.C., right? Let's say you destroy everything in the continent of the United States. There's
we still fire off.
There's 400 nuclear submarines that can launch missiles. There's a military base in like 65-70% of the countries in the world.
So it's like a knife fight almost, where it's like, cool, you can stab me and I will die, but not quick enough that I won't be able to kill you too.
Mutually assured destruction.
Okay.
If you
but I feel like niggas with knives still fight each other. Why is that?
But I mean the difference
because knives aren't mass. Knives aren't mass, right? Knives aren't mass, right? So it's like
I don't know what
it's a difference. It's a difference between like a knife being able to like stab you and maybe, oh shit, maybe I cut my shoulder, or maybe I get stabbed in the gut, maybe I bleed a little bit, versus like I drop a bomb and
it was like everyone in the area.
Yeah, everybody will be obliterated. Like
if I stab you and your wife dies as well.
It's like if you stab me and then I bomb 2 cities in your country and 200,000 people die. It's like
I'm trying to make a metaphor work, but it's okay, cool, fair enough. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. We never gonna figure this shit out when it comes to the gun control shit, because it's done. It's too many guns. It's too many.
Real quick, just on anti-missile stuff, because I looked into that. Patriot missiles are actually very inaccurate. It is very difficult to do that real time. So like the best possible systems we have, and these are getting better over time. But in the last testing we had, it could only stop this shit like 45% of the time. Like it's like not as accurate as people think it is. Like even like the mythical like Russian like dome kind of situation is not that great either. But those systems.
How much warning time would we have on that shit?
Yeah, you got enough.
Yeah,
you got enough to try.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah. You got enough to try.
But I'm saying like on the ground level, because I'm just thinking like, because I've had a lot of nightmares about like nuclear, like being in a nuclear situation, and I'm like, if I were to, like if my laptop and my phone and the TV all of a sudden did that, this is a warning from the government shit, and it's like, yo, a nuclear bomb is about to hit us. Like, how much time do I have to like?
It definitely depends on the
get
area.
some off, like an hour.
It's like East Coast, we will be hit first. So yeah, like the time will be like.
So like what, like half an hour? But what if it's coming from like if it's coming from China, wouldn't they hit the West Coast first? Like go the other way?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, the reason I asked that was just I was wondering what you guys would get up to if you knew you only had like, I don't know, an hour left until nuclear apocalypse.
Oh, so I was literally just thinking about this. I would like make a couple phone calls. Maybe even call like a next or two.
Yeah,
like,
I definitely call a next or two.
Hey man, I know we ain't
trying to pop one off.
Nah, not even pop one off, but just like, hey.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Had that one last conversation. I would never do well. Anyway. And then I'm saying right the fuck outside. I'm like,
you were wrong.
Right outside, goddamn it. Like, I'm not trying to make it through the fucking nuclear holocaust, goddamn it.
Yeah, nah. No, I'm definitely trying to get some unprotected sex in for sure.
Look, man,
before everything incinerates.
If I had an hour,
gotta do it.
I would simply stop it. You know what I mean? I would simply go.
You would just solve that. I just sort that out.
It was Mission Impossible. Just like stop that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just jump and punch it in the nose like a shark.
Yeah, 100%.
Turn it back around.
R.I.P.
I've seen him do it.
I'm different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's true. R.I.P. to Hiroshima and them, but couldn't be me. All right. Let's close out. Let's close out this live and get into the main episode. Is there anything we didn't answer? No. Cool. All right. Ending stream. Boop.